Hi everyone, and welcome back to the morning report chart appraisals for Thursday, the 31st of July, with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantac Markets. Moving on to euro dollar now, and the euro has hit that downside target 33.75. That was the move that was implied by this big double top pattern that was completed below 36.70. Now that is almost over 300 pips in total in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Now that is a big move on the euro. And does that now mean that having completed that target, are we on the brink of a bit of a correction, or certainly a technical rally anyway, should I call it? It's possible. You've got the RSI down at 24. Now that down at 24 is, again, I repeat that it's the lowest since June 2012, and that begins to start to question as to whether how much downside potential is still in this chart. Although you've got these momentum indicators incredibly weak still, that stretched RSI would begin to suggest that there is the feeling that technical rally is probably not a million miles away from this chart, especially considering the almost straight line that we've had down over the past 2-3 weeks. Now, what are you looking out for? Well, you've got this on the hourly chart. This is the 89-hour moving average. Now that has been, I think you can agree, a very decent basis of resistance throughout this sell-off in the last few weeks, and that comes in at 34.17 at the moment. If you start to see a recovery back above that, then you can imagine that possibility of a technical rally could be coming through. You look at these momentum indicators, though, they're still camped incredibly bearish. You've got these deep MACD line sell-off, decline below zero, just recovers to neutral, then falls away again, recovers to neutral, falls away again. So we're still camped quite firmly in the negative scenario here. RSI as well, not moving, not being able to really get above 60 in the recoveries. So at the moment, the selling pressure still remains in control, and certainly today we've had a minor dip and then slight recovery in the euro. In the very early European trading, but still the pressure seems to be on the downside. But as I said, this daily chart is probably not a million miles away from a technical rally now. You had a fairly decent bounce yesterday, and that came after that FOMC decision to remain dovish. So the euro recovered on that, and maybe that is the possibility that this could start to trigger a bit of a recovery. So I think again we need to be watching the 89-hour moving average, 34.17, the current level. And if you start to trade above that, 34 big figure is the initial barrier, which had been a bit of support, now becomes a bit of a resistance. But yeah, 34 big figure and then 34.17. There's also the reaction low there, which had been support, then became resistance again. So 34.20 is also a bit of a level. So anything above 34.20, I would say you're starting to think, well, maybe there is something in this as a recovery. So something to watch out for on euro today. This inflation data that comes out in an hour's time, 10 o'clock. Could certainly have an impact if it's above 0.5%, which is not expected, but above 0.5%, then it could certainly have a positive impact on the euro dollar chart. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I'll speak to you later.